Life doesn't wait for you to be ready. Every day that passes without purpose is a day that never returns. If you truly want transformation, you must act now, not tomorrow, not next week, now. Us that success leaves clues, and these 12 lessons are the blueprint for immediate change. Clarity of purpose is like switching on a powerful spotlight in the darkness of life. When you know exactly what you want, your mind, energy, and actions all align toward a single target. Without clarity, you wander aimlessly, pulled in every direction by distractions, doubts, and the demands of others. With clarity, you move like an unstoppable force toward your destination. Napoleon Hill taught that definiteness of purpose is the starting point of all achievement. The world is full of talented people who never achieved greatness simply because they didn't know where they were going. It's like owning a car but never deciding on a destination. You'll waste fuel, time, and effort without ever truly arriving anywhere meaningful. Clarity of purpose creates focus, and focus creates power. Imagine sunlight spread across a field. It warms the ground, but it doesn't ignite anything. Now imagine that same sunlight concentrated through a magnifying glass. It becomes so powerful that it can set fire to a piece of paper. Your mind works the same way. Scatter your energy across dozens of random goals and you'll make little progress. Concentrate it on one clear objective and you'll create momentum so strong that nothing can stop you. Clarity also removes confusion. When you know your purpose, you automatically know which opportunities to accept and which to reject. You stop wasting energy chasing things that don't matter. Your decision making becomes faster and your confidence grows because you're no longer second guessing yourself. Another powerful effect of clarity is that it attracts resources and people. When you clearly state your goal out loud in writing and through your actions, you send out a signal to the world, people who can help you see that you're serious, and they are far more likely to support you. On the other hand, vague goals make it difficult for others to understand how to help you. To develop clarity, you must be brutally honest with yourself. Ask, what do I really want? Not what your family expects, not what society thinks is impressive, but what you truly desire in your heart. Once you know, write it down in specific terms. I want to be financially free is vague. I will earn $100,000 a year from my online business by December 31st next year is clear. Specific goals trigger specific actions. Finally, clarity of purpose gives you emotional power. On days when you feel tired, frustrated, or tempted to quit, your purpose will pull you forward. You'll remember why you started, and that a why will fuel your discipline. A person with a clear why can endure almost any how. In the end, success is not reserved for the most talented. It belongs to those with the clearest direction and the persistence to follow it. Decide what you want. Focus your mind and move toward it every day. Clarity turns dreams into plans and plans into reality. Faith is the invisible force that turns your vision into reality. Without it, even the most carefully designed plans collapse at the first sign of difficulty. With it, you can walk through storms, cross deserts, and climb mountains that others say are impossible to scale. Called faith a head chemist of the mind because it transforms ordinary thoughts into powerful action driving beliefs. Faith is not blind hope. Hope wishes for something to happen. Faith knows it will happen. And it is a deep, unshakable conviction that the goal you hold in your mind already exists in the realm of possibility, waiting for you to claim it. It's the mental picture of your dream so clear and real that it drives you to act, no matter the obstacles in your way. Every great achievement in history began with faith. The Wright brothers had faith that man could fly long before they built their first airplane. Thomas Edison had faith in the electric light bulb after thousands of failed experiments. Without faith, they would have surrendered at the first failure. Instead, their belief gave them the courage to keep going until they succeeded. Faith is built through repetition. The more you feed your mind with affirmations, visualizations, and positive self-talk, the stronger your belief becomes. When you tell yourself every day, I will achieve this, and you back it with action, you are programming your mind to accept success as inevitable. This mental conditioning is not wishful thinking. It's preparing your subconscious to work in harmony with your conscious goals. One of the greatest powers of faith is its ability to neutralize fear. Fear paralyzes, faith mobilizes. Where fear says, what if you fail? Faith responds, what if I succeed? Fear whispers about the risk, faith shouts about the reward. When you choose faith, you silence doubt and open the door for creativity, resilience, and resourcefulness to flow. Faith also attracts opportunity. People can sense conviction. When you speak about your dream with absolute certainty, others believe in it too. Investors, partners, mentors, and even strangers are more willing to support someone who radiates belief in their mission. This is why leaders who carry faith inspire massive followings. People want to be part of something that feels destined to succeed. But faith alone is not enough. It must be combined with action. Believing in your dream without moving toward it is like planting a seed and never watering it. Faith fuels action, and action feeds faith in a cycle that grows stronger over time. Each small victory reinforces your belief, and that belief gives you the strength to pursue even greater victories. In your journey, there will be moments when the evidence of success is nowhere to be seen. Those moments are the true test of faith. If you can keep believing, keep acting, and keep moving forward when the world tells you to stop, you will eventually see your dream become your reality. Faith does not just change what you achieve, it changes who you become. And once you become a person of unshakable faith, no dream will ever be out of reach. Persistence is the silent force behind every great achievement. It is the will to keep moving forward when the excitement fades, when the obstacles multiply, and when quitting seems easier than continuing. Napoleon Hill taught that persistence is to human character what carbon is to steel. It gives it strength, resilience, and the power to endure under pressure. Anyone can start a journey. Only the persistent finish it. The early days of chasing a dream are often filled with energy and enthusiasm. But sooner or later, reality tests you. Plans take longer than expected. Results seem small compared to your effort. People doubt you. Challenges pile up. This is where most people give up, not because the goal is impossible, but because their persistence wasn't strong enough to outlast the resistance. Persistence begins with a decision. You decide in advance that no matter how many setbacks, delays, or disappointments you face, you will not stop. This is more than a casual commitment. It's a promise to yourself that failure is not final unless you accept it. When persistence becomes part of your identity, quitting is no longer an option you even consider. One of the secrets to persistence is connecting deeply to your why. When you remember the reason you started, whether it's to create a better life for your family, prove something to yourself, or make an impact in the world, you'll find the emotional fuel to push through the hardest moments. Oh, your why becomes the anchor that holds you steady when the waves of doubt try to pull you under. Persistence also requires adaptability. Being persistent doesn't mean stubbornly repeating the same actions that don't work. It means adjusting your strategy while keeping your goal in sight. Resistance is often just feedback telling you to try a different approach. The persistent person learns, adapts, and continues moving forward, turning obstacles into opportunities for growth. There's a simple truth. Resistance is temporary, but persistence is permanent. Every challenge you face is like a wall. If you push against it long enough, sometimes with force, sometimes with patience, it will eventually fall. The problem is most people walk away before the wall even starts to crack. Another powerful element of persistence is momentum. The more consistently you act, the more progress you make. Progress, even small progress, builds confidence. And confidence fuels even greater persistence. It becomes a self-reinforcing cycle that makes you unstoppable over time. History is full of examples of persistence changing the course of the world. Abraham Lincoln lost election after election before becoming president. Colonel Sanders was rejected over 1,000 times before someone agreed to sell his fried chicken recipe. Their stories are proof that resistance will yield if you refuse to quit. In the end, persistence is the great equalizer. You may not be the smartest, the fastest, or the most talented, but if you refuse to give up, you will eventually surpass those who do. Resistance is strong, but persistence is stronger. And when the dust settles, it is always the one who keeps going who stands victorious. The people you surround yourself with can be the wind beneath your wings or the weight that keeps you from taking off. Napoleon Hill called this the mastermind principle. The idea that when two or more minds work in harmony toward a definite purpose, they create a force far greater than the sum of their individual talents. The right people don't just help you succeed, they multiply your success. You've heard the saying, you are the average of the five people you spend the most time with. This is not just a catchy phrase, it's a reality. Your inner circle influences your thinking, your habits, and ultimately, your destiny. Spend your time with people who complain, doubt, and settle for less, and you'll slowly absorb their limitations. But spend your time with those who dream big, work hard, and expect excellence, and you'll begin to mirror their mindset and actions. The right people do more than inspire you. They challenge you. They see potential in you that you may not yet see in yourself. They hold you accountable, pushing you to raise your standards and keep your promises to yourself. This accountability is priceless because success often requires us to do what is uncomfortable, and a strong circle won't let you retreat into excuses. Collaboration with the right people also accelerates learning. Everyone has different experiences, skills, and insights. When you combine your strengths with those of others, you gain access to resources and solutions that you could never develop alone. One idea from the right person can save you months or even years of trial and error. But finding the right people doesn't happen by accident. You must be intentional. Seek out mentors who have already achieved what you want to achieve. Build friendships with peers who are on a similar journey and share your values. Align yourself with people whose energy is forward moving, whose words build rather than destroy, and whose actions reflect integrity. The right people will also open doors. Opportunities often flow through relationships. A single introduction from the right person can lead to partnerships, clients, investors, or life-changing experiences. But remember, this works both ways. Be the kind of person others want to recommend. Bring value, loyalty, and trust to your relationships, and you'll find that people are eager to connect you with possibilities. It's also important to recognize when you're surrounded by the wrong people. Toxic relationships, constant negativity, and lack of vision will slowly drain your ambition. You don't have to cut ties with everyone who isn't perfect, but you must protect your mental environment as fiercely as you would protect your home from intruders. In the end, success is not a solo journey. While you must take responsibility for your own growth, the people you walk with will determine how far and how fast you go. Choose wisely, invest deeply, and nurture relationships that lift you higher. The right people will not only multiply your success, they will make the journey more meaningful, fulfilling, and unstoppable. Imagination is the birthplace of every dream, every invention, every great achievement in human history. Napoleon Hill called it the workshop of the mind because it is the place where ideas are shaped, refined, and brought to life long before they appear in the physical world. Without imagination, progress would stand still. With it, we can transform what is into what could be. Every great accomplishment starts with an image in someone's mind. The airplane first existed in the imagination of the Wright brothers. The electric light was a vivid vision in Thomas Edison's mind before it became reality. The internet, skyscrapers, cures for diseases. Imagination allows you to mentally step into the future, to see possibilities that others overlook, and to create solutions to challenges that seem impossible. There are two forms of imagination: synthetic and creative. Synthetic imagination takes existing concepts, facts, and experiences and rearranges them into new combinations. Creative imagination is more mysterious. It taps into inspiration, intuition, and even what Napoleon Hill described as infinite intelligence. Both forms are powerful and both can be trained. The tragedy is that many people stop using their imagination as they grow older. As children, we imagine freely castles in the sky, adventures in faraway lands, worlds that break every rule. But as adults, we often trade imagination for conformity, limiting ourselves to what we already know or what others say is possible. Success requires reclaiming the childlike vision, but channeling it with purpose and discipline. Imagination is not just for artists or inventors. It's a tool for everyone. Entrepreneurs use it to see opportunities in markets that others overlook. Leaders use it to envision a better future for their organizations. Athletes use it to visualize victory before stepping onto the field. When you practice imagination with focus, you begin to program your mind for success. One powerful way to harness imagination is through visualization. Picture your goal in precise detail. What it looks like, feels like, sounds like, engage all your senses. When you do this consistently, your subconscious begins to treat your vision as reality, guiding your thoughts and actions toward making it happen. This is not magic. It is mental conditioning. Your mind works to align the outer world with the inner picture you've created. Imagination also fuels resilience. When setbacks come, and they will, imagination allows you to see a path forward when others only see dead ends. It empowers you to adapt, innovate, and keep moving toward your goal, even if the route changes. The truth is, the limits of your life are often the limits of your imagination. If you cannot see yourself achieving something, you will never take the actions necessary to achieve it. But if you can imagine it with clarity and conviction and back that vision with persistent effort, the world has a way of bending in your favor. Treat your imagination as a muscle, exercise it daily, challenge it, feed it new ideas, and never let it atrophy. It is in this mental workshop that the impossible becomes possible and where the future is shaped before it arrives.